And if you watch Canelo, he gets out of his high guard and gets into this mode. That's when you know he's about to start cooking. Boom, big uppercut. Absolutely demolishes. Concise combat analysis, but before we talk science, tell me what you think of this fight for one. Tell me what you think is next for Canelo. I know what you're all thinking. We're all thinking the same thing. We've been thinking it for a while. Get in the comment section, hit the like button, the subscribe button. Once you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see the bigger, more in-depth analysis that's coming in the morning. Ever since Bivol gave Canelo crazy work when he gave him that beat down at 175, people have been trying to use the strategy of stuffing Canelo's high guard with straight punches, basically keeping a jab in the center of that high guard to disorient him, blind him, reset him, not allow Canelo to beat Canelo. Game plans are cool and it sounds good, but it takes the right person to execute them. Bivol did what he did so successfully because Bivol had broken rhythm that was hard to time, unpredictable in and out footwork, whereas someone like MUNGIA, for example, is more stationary. Although he would move, he couldn't really move like Bivol. What that means is Canelo can establish timing on that jab. So you see how he pulls out of the way, kind of parries, and then he gets the opportunity to enter into range. And look at what MUNGIA is doing. He's ducking down. We're about to talk about that in a second. Notice MUNGIA having this tendency to lean in, lean forward on Canelo's level or below it. That's going to play an important role later on. But Bivol's jab wasn't just always a straight piston weapon. A lot of times it was like broken rhythm with feints, and he would have probes that didn't even serve to do damage. They just served to occupy that space in between the guard. Whereas MUNGIA was trying to constantly jab. And of course that first one lands. This is in the first round. Look at Canelo being patient, slowly finding the timing. So the second jab Canelo's waiting for, when he sees it, boom, steps inside and tries to land his left hook that lands on the guard. Although Canelo was a smaller man, a lot of his best defensive moments came from him just having great range control. So when he was seeing the jabs coming, he would step out of the way to escape the double jab and to escape the backhand, which could a lot of times be a right hook. And MUNGIA would try and step in with the combos, but Canelo would be controlling the distance, getting out of the way, making MUNGIA miss a lot. Okay, now let's start putting puzzle pieces together. MUNGIA throws a jab. Boom, Canelo pulls out of the way, range control, right? So we're just talking about he started controlling the range. Now what happens when Canelo gets through the jab and he crosses that threshold into MUNGIA's territory? He starts invading his territory. What's MUNGIA's response? Ducking and leaning in, just like how we said earlier. So let's start combining stuff. Canelo, using range control, scoops out of the way of the body shot, and he's out of range, but now he's entering back into range. What is MUNGIA gonna do? Oh, the same pattern we just saw earlier, pattern established. And if you watch Canelo, he gets out of his high guard and gets into this mode. That's when you know he's about to start cooking. When he drops his hands, yeah, he's starting to feel himself. He's starting to feel that timing. So Canelo's walking him down. He purposefully transitions to a high guard. Once he crosses the threshold, he walks for a little bit, and once he inches into range, he crosses the threshold of range. He puts up a high guard purposefully. Why? So he can elicit a entry from MUNGIA. And how does MUNGIA enter in the range? Ducking, leaning forward. And so Canelo uses that lead hand to set up the backhand. He jabs, 3, backhand. Another pattern. Not just timing the entry, but using the lead hand to set up the backhand. When they are in mid-range or on the inside, look at what MUNGIA is constantly doing, leaning down, ducking forward. Look, he's gonna do it again. And look how Canelo responds. Lead hand, left hook, to measure for the backhand. Lead hand, to measure for the backhand. Foreshadowing another pattern set. Stay with me now, we're almost there. We just gotta look at this one final moment right before the knockdown. MUNGIA leaning forward on the inside constantly. Look at what Canelo's looking for. That backhand uppercut, that 6. All right, let's connect everything. An important pattern is that Canelo is getting out of the way of the jab, and if the jab's not there to control range, then Canelo controls the range, and he can get across that threshold into MUNGIA's space anytime he wants. Whenever he's in MUNGIA's space, it's an inside mid-range fight. MUNGIA is leaning forward constantly. So Canelo is now trying to time him with those uppercuts, but like we established earlier, the best way to line up the backhand is with the lead hand. All right, let's work. MUNGIA leaning in, left hook opens up the guard, which you're about to see. Guard open up the middle, wham! He's still leaning forward, boom, big uppercut. Absolutely demolishes him. Concise combat analysis. It's called Concise for a reason, but we're gonna go more in depth and see the mini Mexican Michael Myers put in crazy work. But the reason why I call him that is because that one moment where MUNGIA unloads a combo on him and he walks forward like this. But yeah, all right, I will see y'all next time. Fight Science. Well, not next time. Y'all finna see me very soon with the more in-depth breakdown. Stick around, notification bell on, get in the comment section, tell me what you think. That is all, Fight Scientists. Immortality Serum out.